Hello stock traders, I hope all of you had a good trading day today. Well, apparently censorship is part of the stock market. That's one of the things I've always loved about the stock market, is that brokers have to encourage a free market, but apparently that isn't so. If you are a member of Robinhood, then you dealt with censorship today. And I just think that this is absolutely ridiculous. I wanted to kind of go on record for this. And no broker should ever keep you from buying a stock that is listed available for buy on their program. They should give people the right to make their own choices. That's how I feel. Now, personally, I was not in GameStop. It was way too risky for me. I stayed away from it. It just didn't fit any of my strategies. And one thing I always talk about is if a stock does not fit in your strategy, don't buy it. And to have good strategies and to track your trades. Know what you bought, know what you own, track it so you know how you did. And I have certain strategies that I follow, different ones. I have all kinds of weird names for them, but that works for me. The one I use the most is my insider swing play. And the reason why is because when insiders buy stocks, it is the news before the news. And that's why I like to cover that in this channel. That is what my top 7 list is about. It's about stocks that have had insider activity. All right, let's get right to it. We got a great video today. And I'm going to start off by talking about the trading day that I had and people in the group had, and also the top 7 list had for Thursday. Looking forward to Friday, hoping to finish the month off right. It's been a pretty good January, definitely not as good as 2020, where I had a 90% return in 2020, which was just utterly ridiculous, but it has still been very good, and hopefully you have solid gains from this month. Okay, so let's cover it. If you had the top 7 and you had all the stocks equally, then you would have had a 1.85% loss. Insiders did not do well today. It seemed that other stocks did, but for whatever reason, they just didn't. Personally, I had a 3.34% loss. Boy, options are great when they work for you and terrible when they work against you. So this did affect my portfolio today, but I only use 1% per option, and I haven't hit the exit point on a lot of those options yet. And so even though they've affected my daily, I feel confident in my strategy, and I feel confident that I'm going to do very well. Month to date, if you are following this list, you should be up 6.8%, which I think is pretty good. That's a decent month for sure. Year to date personally, and this month so far, I am at a 23.15%. That's because I follow a lot of the strategies that are in our standard, in our premium group, and those have done better this month than the insiders. I like to use Webull for my trading, and if you have Robinhood, I think that this is a great opportunity for you to look for a new broker. We have a link in the description down below. You get free stocks when you sign up and deposit money. I think it's a great broker, and I was able to trade today most of the day. Now, when the day first started, in that first 15 minutes, I wasn't able to trade on Webull, and the stock market was just overloaded. But I thought that they handled it pretty well. As far as I know, you were able to trade everything. At least I wasn't restricted on anything that I was able to trade. And so I like Webull for that reason. If you're looking for a great broker, I highly suggest you check it out. Fantastic market hours. You can trade as early as 3 a.m. Central and as late as 7 p.m. Central. I also like to use FinViz for a lot of my research and charts. I love them. I love the elite level. We have a link for that also in the description down below. If you would use that, that would be great. All right, so let's talk about the different levels and different stocks that were sold today. I parted ways with some stuff that was kind of holding me back, so it hurt today, definitely, but this is what I did. On premium, I sold PFG. This was an earnings run-up play. It did not do well. I did not get a great entry price in this. I'm just kind of disappointed in myself. But anyway, I sold it for a 49.5% loss. This was options. It was a call option. Call options are great. You know, you think, oh, hey, I made 110% on this. I made 300% on this. Well, what you have to understand is that, yeah, you can lose money on options. And so it's a possibility. I did not do a good job of these options. It's the reason why I didn't do well with it. SKWS was another one that I parted ways with. It was an earnings run-up play also, and I sold it for a 54.3% loss. Both of these, I just got a really bad entry. The market was hot at that point, and then it's cooled off, and earnings was tonight, so I did not want to hold through earnings, and so I decided to part ways with that. In our standard room, I had no day trades at all. I really didn't have any trades, and so there's really nothing to report from the standard room, but in the basic room, sold some stocks from the top 7 list. Here we go. The first one was ADVM, sold for a 2.24% gain. It was a pretty good 5-day investment. I wish we would have got more out of it, but we didn't. The next was a 3-day swing play, and this was DRVN, sold for a 0.84% gain, and then sold SRNE for a 10.2% gain. Now, I called this out in our basic room. This was not an insider play. It was literally, they had fantastic news about a COVID treatment that they had some results in phase 2 on, and we jumped on that, and pretty good gain, 10.2%, just a couple days. It was a lot higher, should have sold a little sooner, but I waited a little long, thought it would continue to go upwards, and it did not. So let's get to the top 7 list and others. We have so many great stocks to choose from. And if you are looking for the quickest information and updates on this list, you must check out our Patreon group. Now, we have a link in the description down below, but I would encourage you to wait until the 1st to join, because it's just best to start off the month just right out of the gate. We have different levels depending upon how serious you want to be. They're a great group, a lot of fantastic investors who really try to help one another. And if you go in the standard and premium rooms, you not only get me, but you get some other really fantastic traders. My buddy John, Devin, guys like Revan. There's so many different good ones. Jason is in that room, and there's so many great people to lean on. Lots of experienced traders really trying to help one another. All right, let's start with the others. Now, these others, these are all OTCs. Every single one of these is an OTC that has had significant insider activity. The first is YAYO. Had this for a little while. On Thursday, this finished down 7.11%. My average in it was $1.97. Since calling this out, it is up 8.59%. It was much higher. This has had a lot of insider activity, and then I averaged up on it, so I should be higher up, but I decided to average up. The next is BSPK. And on Thursday, this finished down 1.42%. My average in it is 9 cents a share. Since calling this out, it is down 22.4%, so not doing so great, but it's still got some time within that strategy, and I think it will turn around. The next is CCEL, and this has had lots of insider activity over and over and over again. On Thursday, this finished up 1.25%. My average in it is $8.50. Since calling this out, it is down 4.71%. The next is PQEFF, and on Thursday it finished down 3.85%. My average in it is 6 cents a share, and since calling this out, it is down 4.15%. So far those OTCs are not doing that great, but man, they have been fantastic. We just sold DXLG not too long ago for, I believe, an 81% gain, and so there's been some really great ones. These ones aren't great yet, but we're not to our exit point anyway, so they can turn around, and I'm expecting more insider activity as we go. Now to the top 7. These are stocks that are traded on the NASDAQ and also the New York Stock Exchange. So there are lots of great brokers that you can use to trade these. And so far, I don't believe Robinhood is keeping you from being able to buy or sell any of these. So if you are still a Robinhood user, you can also take advantage of this. I guess, maybe. It depends on if they feel that it needs censored. But here we go. Number 7 is QBIO. This is CUE. And on Thursday, this finished up 4.54%. So this one did quite a bit better. This has not been doing well, so it was nice to see a green day for sure. My average in it is $14.91, and since calling this out, is down 8.88%, so that's not great. But the chief medical officer bought shares in open market. I love it when chief medical officers buy shares. And this is insider activity, and it was done in open market with their own money. Analysts have an average target price of QBIO at $31.17. We have the insider activity by a chief medical officer and a very high average analyst target. Those are a couple of things that I like as factors when looking at a significant insider. Number 6 is ARCADIA Biosciences. This is RKDA. And on Thursday, this finished down 1.71%. My average in it is $3.10. Since calling this out, it is down 6.45%. Insider purchasing by the CEO, CFO, and CTO. And these are older transactions, and we haven't seen any more insider activity reported. Typically, when you see this, they just closed an offering, a public offering. And usually when you see this, those officers had to report their older transactions so they can buy into the new public offering. But yet we've seen nothing reported, and so this one's just been kind of sagging downward since then. Analysts have an average target price of $8.67. That is almost a 300% upside. So there's lots of room to run. This thing could get hot. We just need some good news on this one. Number 5 is FAST. This is Fastenal. And on Thursday, this finished down 2.45%. And since calling this out, is down 3.48%. My average in it's $48.32. And Michael Anchis bought shares 2 different days in open market. Both were open market transactions. I love to see multiple days, even if it's a single officer, because they're just kind of going back for more. Analysts have an average target price of $51 a share. So there is some upside on this, and I think it will do great. Number 4 is CYTH. This is Cyclotherapeutics. And on Thursday, this finished down 9.09%. This one had a rough day for no real reason. There's no reason for this. But anyway, my average in it, $6.43 since calling this out, is now down 6.69%. Marcus Seeger, director, bought shares in open market on Wednesday morning. It was a bullish transaction. Very high analyst target. Average analyst target on this stock is $12 a share. So there's lots of upside possibilities on this. All right. Number 3, Fuel Cell. Fuel Cell has been a hot stock, and definitely this is a Biden stock for sure. This is FCEL. And on Thursday, this finished up 1.90%. It's had a lot of insider activity on it. My average in it is $20.59, and since calling this out, it is up 5.53. So we finally got one that's up. There's a couple of these that have not been doing great. Typically insiders, man, they perform. All these tend to be up all the time, but not this week. This has been a very challenging week. The CEO purchased shares twice in open market, so that was very bullish activity. We shall see how it goes. I think Fuel Cell can hit $30. I think that's my price target on it. Anyway, this is one I think that will continue to do well. I think it's a stock that's got a lot of potential. Number 2 is TCON Pharmaceuticals. This one is brand new to the list. Now, we've had this one in the past, and it's done really well. And this is TCON, and on Thursday, it finished up 5.32%. My average in it is $9.26. I tried to get a better average on it, but I had to pay kind of a premium for it. Since calling this out, it is even. So just called it out this morning. There was insider purchasing this morning, so this is a very fresh insider. Analysts have an average target price of $9.17 a share, which I think that is really weak. I think TCON has had some spurts where it's gone way above that. All right, and number 1 is Intel. INTC. This one is brand new to the list, and on Thursday, this finished up 4.62%. My average in it is $53.76. Since calling this out, it is up 4.29%. George Davis purchased shares, the CFO, at $55.34. This is the second purchase in as many days and different officers. Wow, I love it when that happens. Analysts have an average target price of $61.08. So there's a nice 20% upside in this stock. And so I think it will do well. Definitely with my research, the insider activity was very significant. And typically investors jump aboard when they see the insider activity, especially multiple days like we've had. I do a lot of work for this list, so if you could please do me a favor, please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you haven't done so before, please subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so you get notified when one of these videos comes out. Well, let's have a normal day on the stock market tomorrow. What do you people say? Well, how about just like even? How about the market's not up, it's not down? Of course, I hope it's up, but how about just a little bit of sanity to this crazy market? This is not typically the way that I've seen the market behave. This is definitely different. Anyway, wishing all of you the best. Please diversify your portfolio. Don't ever put all your stock into one thing. Make sure that you're well diversified. Never more than 5% in one stock is how I've been. As you get an account that's larger, you don't want to blow it up. And even smaller accounts, you work so hard to get your account moved upwards. You don't want to blow it up with a bad decision, and all of us are capable of making a bad decision. Only invest in those stocks that fit your strategy, please. Let's have a great day, and I hope all of you have a wonderful weekend, and Raythoven out.